Here at Tattoo Tabletop, we have a lot of fun, so be sure to like, share, subscribe. It's all completely free and it helps me out. And if you really want to help me out, come join our Patreon. Link is in the description where you can come post and talk about your favorite minis. Now back to the video.
Well, we're going to start this off in earnest. So obviously I've already proposed the experiment. The experiment is painting every day, just a little bit. No prerequisite of how long, because obviously life is difficult, life changes, and that can be kind of tricky sometimes. So we're just starting by painting a little bit every single day. And what am I working on? Well, as you will have seen from the previous video, I've been experiencing a bit of burnout, just from a couple different sources. But on the very real level, I realized one of the things that I had been doing for myself is I had been causing more problems by not finishing projects I had started. Good example is I had started working on my Astra Militarum. I had started doing a lot of the Krieg. I have all my Krieg guys hiding here behind the Swamp Boys. I have my 2 artillery pieces. I was really, really passionate about finishing my Krieg. But I never finished the rest of the Guard army. Because if we come over here real quick, pardon for all the found footage looking stuff, here's a bunch of other stuff. I had finished Dryden there. I had rescued a Lord Sol Leontis, but I still have this tank, have this. I did just do this Rogel Dorn recently. Here's my test Cadian model so that I knew I was on the right direction. I have a Commissar, but I have all these Death Riders. I have these other combat engineers. I have these bombast guns. So I had sorry for blocking, I had fallen behind. So in the event of this new idea, basically, I'm going to paint every day this week, and I'm going to try and get a little bit farther on my Guard army every single day. Right now, starting with this Monday now, I went and I took all these out to prime. However, the way that I primed with my rattle can, it's kind of hard to get up and under them, so there's a couple spots underneath there in between the legs that didn't get any primer. So right now, I'm just hand painting underneath there, and then my goal is to Zenithal them by the end of the day today so that I have them set up for success, so then that way I can start working through my Cadians. I think I'm going to start with my 2 Cadian squads and then maybe go on to possibly the command squad back there, or maybe even get started on the Rattlings. And of course, I have the Krieg Heavy Flamers over here. Those are almost going to be like a treat for me because I thoroughly enjoy painting the Kriegs. So starting off Monday, day 1, took them outside, got them primed, going to try and get them Zenithaled. And then I've still got to edit the video for this week, the one that you will have already seen. But yeah, let's get cracking. Well, I completely realized that my microphone is dead, so now that's charging. But got everybody primed. They are all cleaned up. So now let's get on to the Zenithal. And we'll probably let that dry overnight. I'm not going to lie. Because I actually don't use like white primer. I tried that a couple times. It still kept coming off. I've just been using Vallejo model color white. and that's worked 90% of the time for me. So I'm just going to do that. Just make sure I don't thin it too much. And I'm going to double check my airbrush because there's been a few times where some colors come off and I'm trying to avoid it like the plague. So here's hoping. Fingers crossed. Let's get on to the Zenithal. All right. Everybody's primed except for that guy back there because I completely forgot he existed, but that's fine because he's not in my list. So we're just going to let this all dry probably overnight. As much as I would love to do the slab choppy dry brushing part for picking out certain details, working this quickly would probably be a bad idea, and not to mention that I definitely want to give this some time to dry, seeing as looking at some of the models now, at some point the paint got a little too thin. Which means it's going to be watery, which means it's going to be less adhesive. It's going to be less sticky to the actual primer, so we're just going to give it a second. And so we'll probably call it here for day one. So day one, we took these models, we got them outside, we got them primed, we got them all, Zenithal, which is great. And I'll probably work on maybe a model or two here and there. I know I have my Chimera chilling directly behind all of them, so I might just do some airbrushing on that. But I mean, day one I would say decently complete, and looking forward to day two.
Today's video is sponsored by The Forge for all your hobby nerd needs. Whether it's Warhammer 40k, Age of Sigmar, Marvel Crisis Protocol, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Lorcana, and a plethora of board games, The Forge has what you need. The Forge has been my go-to shop, and the inventory has only grown. If there's something you don't see on the shelves, fill out a product request form on their website. Thank you to The Forge for sponsoring this video.
Welcome back. It is Tuesday. Just getting a head start on some painting. As you can tell, it's still very daylight. So I didn't record the step, but I went through and I did the slap choppy dry brush, the pure white, so that we can pick out some more details. Nothing too crazy. You can see that guy got a little too thinned of paint, but I think we can still save it. So yeah, we did all that right now, and I think I'm going to try and work on some of the darker colors, and I think I'm just going to start primarily with the Cadian squads. Since I got the test models for those, I have the formula for all those. Those will be a little bit quicker. Fingers crossed. But I think we're going to start with blocking in those darker colors, so then that way when we get to the lighter colors, we can be sloppier. We can spill them over. They won't affect the darker colors. So we'll get started on that, and we'll see how far we can get. All right, it's about 6:40-ish. I did do all the black on all the Cadians. I haven't started on those guys. I did also on the Fire Squad coordinator there. But I did all the black, and so now I'm going through, I'm getting all the brown details, so like the leather straps, pouches, stuff like that. I did it on this first 10. I'm possibly going to do it on this second 10, maybe even those guys back there. But it is 6:40, so I'm also going to eat dinner. So we'll see if I get any further on day 2 here. All right, day 4. Oh my gosh, I lost track. So I got all the green done on the armor. It does look messy in a few spots. I'm gonna need to try and figure out a better way to refine that. And there's a chance that maybe I just grab an acrylic and just fix it, layer it up. But now we're on to the nice easy step, the pallid bone. I already did it on one model last night just to test it out, to get a feel for it. So now, well, I suppose 2. I think I need to do his hat green though, but that's beside the point. Should be nice and easy. So I don't have a ton of time today because I'm going to a movie here in a little bit. But I mean, I said I was going to paint every single day. So we're just going to paint just a little bit. And every step forward is a step forward, and it counts, no matter how big or how small. So we are going to hop out of that. And if we even just get that done, I think that's a huge step forward. So we'll start there and work our way up. Let's get it. Alrighty. Final day. How far did I get? So I'm pretty happy. I finished up doing the color on the bases. I just needed to do the grays. Got the skin tones. I got, leathers. There's a couple spots that are missed, but that kind of tends to happen with all of it. I did get started on some of the Krieg heavy weapons team. Briefly started one rattling. But as a whole, I'm not mad. Even though some days I didn't paint as long as I would have liked, or I didn't do some of the things that I really, really want to do, I did get a lot done, right? Like I finished up some details. I actually technically finished more of my Rogel Dorn here, my Krieg Rogel Dorn, because I didn't have the barrels done, I didn't have the backs done and stuff like that, so I actually got a lot more finished there. So I'm not bad. Long story short, paint when you can. Maybe block off some time, stuff like that. I am feeling a lot more motivated now that I've started tackling projects that I haven't finished, and I am actually really excited to continue forward with them and hopefully knock out some more. So back to future me with my recap. So totally forgot to record this. So it is Sunday evening. I have finished painting the 5 days straight on last Friday. And so let's answer the question. How do I feel? Do I feel more motivated? Do I feel more driven? Yeah, short answer is yes. I feel a lot more driven and I feel a lot more interested in like continuing my painting. And like they might not look incredible, but they are more done. And that's a 20-man unit of guard with little details and stuff like that. So I'm actually really happy with that. Some armies might be faster, some might be slower. Who knows? But if I'm going to take away anything from this, it's, making sure to take a step back, take a moment, and even when you're feeling a little bit burnt out, maybe find something that could maybe recreate that spark, and just taking that little bit of time without forcing the constraint of myself. Like, I need to paint 2 hours. I need to paint this long. Because there were times during the week where something came up and I wasn't able to get to the painting or get to do as much painting as I wanted to do. So to get this far, to find this motivation, I'm really excited. I've got a really renewed sense of energy to try and get back in and continue painting my Astra Militarum. And more importantly, I'm going to get started on my Drukhari. I did a lot of building tonight, so that also will be coming down the pipeline. Until next time, though, I've been Tattoo Tabletop, and clearly after painting 5 days, what you should do is go paint something.